Hey there, so I thought I would get us some messages. We're going to be using the Starseed deck. We're going to be using um, the Light deck, and then we're going to be using the Elemental Empath deck. This is a beautiful deck, by the way. So, props to them. All right, so let's get some affirmations. Okay, we're connecting with the intention to provide some clarity and insight for the highest and greatest good. We are surrounded in divine love, and so it is. Ask your higher self if this is for you or not. All right, let's do this. Wow, okay, so we got 4. All right, I declare that in every season, happiness flows freely from me. That's beautiful. So this is you just like being open and going with the flow. Next, I believe in myself, trust my own wisdom. I feel like you've learned a lot of amazing lessons when it comes to this. I've decided that I am good enough, and that was a major result of you believing in yourself and trusting your own wisdom. Okay. And then I am loved, loving, and lovable. So this is talking about like self-love and your value, your worth, and going with the flow, knowing that like there are cycles playing out here. Okay. So I feel like you've gone through a major cycle, and as a result, you know, you're going to tackle everything bravely and with confidence at the bottom of the deck here. So that's amazing. I feel like you're right where you're meant to be. In fact, the bottom of this deck is alignment. And so I'm getting that like you're not alone. You may feel like you're alone, like in isolation, but you're not alone. There is this energetic connection that you have with, you know, if you know, you know. I'm feeling like you're connecting, maybe building a community. I feel like maybe you could be missing some physical connection, but I feel like you're not actually alone. I feel like you very much could be going through a portal at this time, and therefore, or a transition, a shift of some kind, and that might be why you're in isolation. Okay. Let's talk a little bit about this alignment. Okay. I mean, this is like the sword, okay, of light. And alignment is something that comes from going through a process of seeing something from more than your own perspective on things. And so there's been things that have evolved as a result. You know, it's really a covenant of mind, body, and spirit alignment. This is a beautiful card. I absolutely love this card. In addition to that, you know, in order for all of this to kind of transpire, there's this mindset. The number 9 is really significant. That's what's on the bottom of this deck here. Beautiful card. Creating reality, okay, and understanding that like there is a higher perspective, a higher wisdom, higher knowledge to tap into in order to receive, you know, some guidance on what that creative expression is, or, you know, where you're going with it. I feel like working with your subconscious mind is really something that has helped you in this process. I'm also getting like, you know, befriending your mind, your ego, like being kind to yourself through the process, going with the flow, right? Experiencing the emotions, the feelings, the expressions, right? We all express ourselves differently, and just kind of going with it all. So I'd love to dive into this some more. So let's just kind of put these aside. We'll keep these. Put these over here. We're going to start off with the Starseed deck. I really love this mindset card. This is like, you know, you creating your own reality and knowing that it all relies on the mindset. Okay, so this is really tapping into some universal and hermetic laws here, principles. Okay, alignment, beautiful. And I'm getting like your soul is your biggest fan, and it knows the truth of you and absolutely loves you unconditionally. And I feel like this is again going with the flow, right? Like being connected, understanding that it's all for you. So there might be a need of like continuously tuning into your mind, body, and spirit. Okay. And so having this all be in sync, in unison, and integrated. So you very much could be going through a bit of that. Let's see. That's what I got there. Okay. Let's see. Starseed deck. The courageous peony. Multifaceted, very unique nature. Let yourself be seen. Okay, so there, you know, it's almost like no petal is the same, right? Although the flower's beautiful, right? It still buds in its own way. It's still following a cycle, but how it presents and expresses its creation is unique. And so I feel like this is meant to kind of highlight this message here, is that like everything you've experienced along the way has been a catalyst for some sort of expression, whether it's, you know, awareness, knowing, self-love, self-worth. I feel like you are a beautiful creation and it's time to honor that. I feel like now you honor this, okay? And you've been courageous through the process. You're multifaceted. So see how that might resonate for you. I'm getting like you have a lot of talents, okay? And maybe you don't see them as talents, but they're unique to you. They're unique to your experience. They're unique to your purpose, okay? And everyone, you know, has their own special plan, right? There's also identifying the fact that, like, for those who are really resonating so far, you know, there is a bit of understanding that, like, you're part of a team of souls and, you know, you're cosmic ancestor. So you very much can feel very connected to, you know, starseed energy. We're using the starseed deck. But, you know, again, like feeling like, you know, you're starting to connect with those who are most like you and also appreciate uniqueness. Also feel like they've got something that they are experiencing here that might not be norm to society. Okay, there could be a coming of this, right? But I feel like you see the light by staying grounded. So it's like you volunteered to come here and hold the light, okay? So this would be light worker energy. This very much could be empathic energy. Understanding that you're not alone in all of this, right? You have this cosmic connection. Like, see the little zzz? So, yeah. Okay, we'll get more on this. Star Keeper, Star Family, the courageous peony. And then we have Star Ancestors, Hidden Secrets, Lost Wisdom, Look a Little Deeper. So this is you having access and unlocking this wisdom and this knowledge, maybe for yourself, right? But also for others. So you may be someone who's here to kind of like be a portal yourself in some way. You very much could be a portal yourself, okay? So take how that might resonate for you. So you could be like an open channel to receive and gain wisdom and knowledge to share, teach, put in practice, like implement even. And then I have the Great Severing. So this is about like why you're here. It's to, with the Star Ancestors, it says lost wisdom. And so what I'm getting with the lost wisdom is that a lot of things have been hidden in plain sight. I'm also getting that there's been a lot of cover-ups. There's been a lot of lies. There's been a lot of manipulation and control, right? Because if we had access to, you know, the ability to create our own reality, and we're knowing this, we have this knowingness, right? So we would have to have awareness. And I feel like that's part of what's playing out here, is that like there's help to wake up for awareness, which translates to higher consciousness, higher knowing. And I'm getting like there's a lot of lost wisdom here that we're going to be tapping into so that we can ground it here in the physical, and so that we can help during this time of the Great Severing. This is like Mars energy. This represents a bit of like anger, conflict, and then softening to love. So it's kind of like going from one polarity to the other. And so Mars is strong masculine energy, and then love energy is very much on the feminine side. So it's like the nurture energy. Okay, so there's a transition playing out here. Okay, the cosmic heart, yeah, devotion, potency, make your life a moving prayer. So you might be someone who prays for humanity, prays for others, feels called to share their energy, and maybe even connect with the earth and certain areas like Stargate energy or chakra energy across the world. You may feel like you're meant to do like grid work or some sort of like connecting, right? And this is also you understanding, like, this is you from above, okay? And like coming into earth. I don't know if you guys can see this, but how can I show this? I guess this way. Ah, this is fascinating. Okay, so we have like the whole plan. Like, this is a whole soul plan, right? Like, this is before incarnating. This is the egg representing like being created, and then coming here, right? Like this big bright light is like representing earth, right? So it's like, I remember this is a soul plan, the fated life versus the destiny life. Okay, so yeah, this is definitely highlighting the fact that like there's been, you know, a birth of something. You're here to birth something new. Okay, because this would be like as above, so below, right? Like here. Okay, so there's a bit of like as above, so below. Okay, we'll get one more row here. Yeah, so you very much could be playing, experiencing, and helping with the fated life versus destiny life. I feel like that's the wisdom and knowledge that our star ancestors are guiding us to tap into, because it's something that we need to remember so that we can experience the destiny life. Okay, we're meant to experience our destiny, but there's been a lot of anger and conflict and Mars energy. So we're having to learn from these lessons and soften to love so that we can experience the destiny life, the destined life. Next thing I have is light body, star bathing. And this is really talking about like how important your energy is. And many of you have been learning about your energy. And if you need help learning about your energy, you know, hit me up in the comments. This is really talking about like light body energy. Okay, this is talking about crystal gridding, transmission, and activation. So this is really, you know, you connecting with, you know, and anchoring in this beautiful love light energy. So you very much, like I said, could be a portal. Okay, so it's important that you do mind, you know, whose energy you're in or what energy's in yours, right? I feel like you knew that when you came here, when you volunteered as part of your soul plan, that you were going to need to right past wrongs. Okay, and so this comes through lessons. Like we're here to learn. And so some of what you learned was the polarity, and it was for soul growth. And there was a lot of conflict that you experienced as a result of these lessons. But what I'm getting is that this was part of the plan all along. Okay. I feel like it's also part of like your activation too with some of these karmic relationships. It's kind of like an initiate type situation here. Okay. Yeah, again, you're not alone. Okay, so this is like feeling isolated, feeling like, you know, your energy is something that needs to be managed by you, right? You have the sort of discernment here, right? You're in alignment. Okay, it's important that you continue to do things to maintain your alignment. Okay, because what you're here to do is to receive transmissions and then activate from those transmissions. Okay, the energy, yeah, I was picking this up. Again, portal energy. So you might, when you meditate, you might, or just close your eyes, you might be, you know, able to clairvoyantly see between worlds or between planes or realms or wherever you want to call it. So I'm getting like soul gifts and training. It's time to step up. So many of you are feeling like, okay, like I'm being prepared for something and I'm not exactly sure what I'm being prepared for, but I know that like somehow I volunteered for this, and somehow like I'm very guided to work on my energy, and I am very isolated at this time, and I'm like, okay, am I finally gonna, you know, move out of isolation, out of hermit mode? And I'm getting like, yes, many of you have answered the call. Okay, it's time to step up. All right, some of you have been through the like the ego death, right? Being cracked open. Hitting a rock bottom energy and surrendering to the alchemy of life. Okay, so that's what's playing out here is surrendering to the alchemy of life. Wow, that's amazing. Beautiful. Okay. I think I'm going to take a break with this one, and I will do another reading with these other decks. Okay, so I'll see you on the next one.